do a rebuttal?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, question 2 is a lead question, and this is for Union Township. If you would pass the microphone down, please. Mr. Grief, what zoning changes do you feel are necessary in light of the Route 15 bypass?
With the new traffic patterns that come through and with the Township just being voted in, at this point, without any zoning, anybody can go have a bar in anybody's residence next door, which is, there's nothing being done to put anything in place, and that needs to be done quickly. Also, the way that they build into the flood zones, and then, like I said, there's big money coming in, and they've done stuff that they got away with that they didn't have permits to do. And it's too late now to go back because they don't have the money to fight that. So with the zoning, that needs to be put in place to protect the residents. Okay, that has to protect the residents and the land itself. So we're not going to have some industrial thing happening. We have a large quarry out there that will someday be out of operation. And landfills love places that don't have zoning. They come in and they buy it up real quick. So that's what needs to change.
Thank you. Okay, question 3 continues to be a lead question, this one. And this question goes to East Buffalo Township and to Lewisburg Borough. So if you could pass the microphone up to Mr. Murphy, please, I will ask the question. How would you resolve the issue of funding for the regional police force? And Mr. Murphy, we will begin with you.
As a current police commissioner, I'm fully committed to ensuring that our community is served by a properly funded, well-trained, and professional police force. I'm also a strong advocate of surrounding municipalities like Kelly, Buffalo, and Union Township joining our regional police arrangement and sharing the cost to further strengthen the police force. Unfortunately, the agreement was established contains no provisions on how the costs are to be shared between the participating municipalities. This is one of the major flaws and one of the reasons other municipalities have not joined the police force. Since 2017, EBT supervisors have sought updates to the arrangement with Lewisburg Borough that would establish clear funding guidelines and attract other municipalities to participate and ensure the success of the force into the future. There is no question that we need a new IGA. Lewisburg Borough officials steadfastly refused multiple invitations from EBT officials to meet and discuss updates to this contract. Instead, the Borough Council hired a Pittsburgh law firm to sue EBT and the Police Commission. Their lawsuit will likely cost taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars and threaten the future existence of the police force altogether. I, along with my fellow EBT supervisors, believe it is in the best interest of the community.
Mr. Nunes.
Thank you. Our police force is one of the strengths of our area. And the safety of our community is one of the many things that makes it attractive and makes people want to move here. To resolve this issue, we need to start by both sides dropping the preconditions for negotiations. Let's just sit down and talk. Both sides agree the current agreement is not clear and leaves too much room for interpretation. That's how we got in this situation. Once we can sit down and agree on a structure of the agreement, then we can start the conversation about how we allocate funding in a fair way that balances the needs of both municipalities, opens up opportunities like Mr. Murphy's talking about for other townships to join. Thanks.
Mr. Murphy and Mr. Knight, would you choose to do a rebuttal?
Yes.
Mr. Murphy, you go first.
I, along with the fellow EBT supervisors, believe it's in the best interest of the community and for Lewisburg to set aside our partisan differences and to begin negotiating in good faith. We've talked about this and we've tried to do it over and over again. The offer still stands with EBT supervisors to meet and discuss our differences in a neighborly fashion without pursuing costly litigation.
The question now goes to Mr. Mummy.
This is one of those topics where I think, don't get me started. there were the days when you used to take somebody from each side, put them in a room together, and let them hash out the problems. I wasn't even sure what the division was. I understand it's 52-48. I guess I'm just thinking, why can't it just be 50-50? Each of you pay half. It's just ridiculous to spend all this money on litigation. We have streets in Ward 4 that could use that money. So, that's where I stand on that.
So one of the first things I would look at is asked to look at a list of the calls that the police department deals with in the East Buffalo Township and Lewisburg Borough. And that would help me determine a budget for the police department. I would look at the existing police budgets and what they require for personnel, salaries, equipment, things like that. And I would also talk, if I were elected, talk to Borough Council. And then at that point, after becoming more educated on the entire subject, I would encourage Borough Council to extend an olive branch, to East Buffalo Township, and basically have a meeting and try to hash it out.
Do either of the candidates choose to do a rebuttal? Thank you. All right, we now begin our audience questions. And the first one is for Union Township. So if you will pass the microphone down to Mr. Greet. What is your priority issue for Union Township, and what is the second? So what are your two priorities for Union Township?
Well, I'd like to see the zoning put into place, for one thing. Without that, everything's a free game for anybody to come in with money from the city or wherever they want to come in from with the big money and do what they want. So we have to protect our land and our residents first. The second thing that I think that needs to happen is, I think that the supervisors' meetings have to be recorded so that there's a transparency and things are not said. So I think that'd be real important. When you're being watched, you're being watched, and you're going to say and do the right thing, and not just some things that don't need to be said and done. So I'd like to see that kind of transparency, and then that would be available to all the residents from Union Township.
Thank you. The next question is for East Buffalo and Lewisburg Borough. Would you support removing Kelly Township from the Recreation Authority's Articles of Incorporation, since they do not contribute to the authority's budget? We will go start with Mr. Farrell.
So I want to be completely honest, I do not know enough about the subject, and I'm not going to pull something out of a hat to say that. So given that, I would work with Borough Council and become educated on that, and then I would have to make a decision at that point. Thank you.
And Mr. Mahoney.
Would you read that again, please?
I sure will. I sure will. Would you support removing Kelly Township from the Recreation Authority's Articles of Incorporation, since they do not contribute to the authority's budget?
Well, I guess everybody wants me to say yes. But, you know, I used to work with the Recreation Authority back in the eons of time, and when we were doing summer theater, and we didn't seem to make any distinction about where anybody came from. In fact, they even came from out of town. So, I don't know.
Just a minute, please. They have I don't think there's a rebuttal. Yeah.